kill for me. If you love me, still for me. If you love me, do it still for me. Mix up the chemicals, adrenaline, endorphins, little bit of dopamine. Anything but boring, furthest thing from it. Baby, it's a threat for me. Use your hand to put my hand up on your throat. Who taught you to do that? Talk rude to the waitress, losing your patience, huh? Who taught you to do that? Getting your ass butt naked when I come home. Who taught you to do that? Say what's on your mind, never giving a fuck. Who taught you to do that? She is everything I want. I will never need another drug. The kind you bring your dad and mom. Fill the space and gap in my heart. Gives a new meaning to love. It eats of me, but I'm the munch. I will never need another drug. All the time is not enough. If you let me kill for me. If you let me, you can kill for me. If you let me, still for me. If you let me, you can still for me.
For those who don't know you, who are you?
Resting Scary Face.
Resting Scary Face. Musician, artist.
Yep.
What else?
I just make music.
If I would have known, you would have disappeared.
I wanted to do something different. I wanted to sing, you know, I wanted to express myself differently. So I came up with the name Resting Scary Face and started making different music than I was before, you know, doing the whole rap thing. And then like a little bit later after that, the whole mask and makeup and the wig came into play.
Waiting for a bike.
And you have a friend named Michael?
Yeah. So Mike said, you got to check this guy out because he just crashed the party. This is like an event and he crashed the party and he just performed. I was like, what happened? What do you mean he crashed the party? He showed up with the CD and said, hey, can I perform? And I was like, oh, you gotta let me see what this dude's about. But that's not what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what you thought he was at, but it was an actual show. But yeah, he saw me and then I guess he sent a video to you, and then after the show he introduced himself.
Yeah.
And and then that's how I met you, through him.
Yeah, I thought I gotta photograph this guy. I don't know what he's about. Let's find out what he's about. And now that was what, a few years ago. Now you're here in New York. I'm in New York, and I've been photographing you ever since, right? But it was a long time coming, right? It was like we were trying to get you into the studio to do some photos for a while, and then when you finally got you in there, we took some of what your uniform is like, your scary uniform. Now you have a few looks.
The original one, it's like a red shirt, velvet red shirt. That's pretty much it. Same pants I got on, same shoes.
Yeah. So you have different uniforms for your persona. Is that what you would call it, your persona, or what would you call it?
I wouldn't even call it uniforms, man. I don't even know. Like, I hate using the term. Definitely don't want to say costume. And you know how I just basically describe it as is like a get up. So I just say, hey, I'm gonna be scary. This is me as scary.
you guys know what he does?
No.
Like, if you had to pick his profession, what would it be?
Definitely like a singer or something.
A singer?
Yeah.
I'm going with like some kind of magic.
So either he's a singer, a magician. Anyone else want to take a guess?
I'm
No.
getting mime.
Mime. You heard him talk though.
I did.
Yeah, so that's wrong.
And I don't know why I put on my disguise like it's a nice tie to hang myself with. Look up at the night sky, full moon in the bright lights. I think it's the right time to shed my old skin.
Because you look vastly different from, what you look like as Scary to who I know you as, right?
Yeah, I came up with the mask. So I wanted to switch genres. I've been rapping forever. I wanted to express myself differently. I wanted to sing. I wanted to scream, I actually wanted to try to make nu metal music. So my attempt at that, it didn't come out as nu metal. I was making this album, and I was coming up with the artwork. I used AI where like I blended a picture of my own face with a few other pictures and blend them all together, and it came up with like this look of my face where it was like pale white, red lips, dark circles around the eyes, and like blonde hair. And I was like, oh shit, like that's what I want to look like. That's how I want to be as resting Scary Face. I didn't want to like necessarily paint my whole face because I sweat a lot as a person. I'm just a sweaty person, and performing, I knew like that wouldn't be good if I had all paint on my face. So I had to think like, what am I gonna do about that? How am I gonna make my whole face white without paint? So I came up with this idea, getting this mask and cutting the holes in the mouth and the eyes.
First time you looked at yourself as the character, what did you say?
Ah man, whenever I first put it on, I was like, yes, this is me. This is, oh man, I felt so good whenever I had it on. I knew like this is the look that I want to be whenever I'm performing, whenever I'm presenting myself as resting Scary Face.
Yeah. What kind of reactions do you get? Just from friends, from family members, from, people out in the streets, or when you're performing?
My mom was like, that's cool. She didn't know what to think about it. Yeah, like get looks, and stuff like that whenever I go out in public, and some people are unsure of me. Some people are scared. There's this one person that my friend told me about. They were like, oh yeah, I don't want to walk by him. He that's really scary. Yeah, like that creeps me out, and I don't even want to walk by him. But the whole thing with it, it's like I'm not trying to be spooky. I'm not trying to be scary. It's kind of like
It's in your name though.
Right. But see, it's like it's what's that word that you call it?
A metaphor?
Not metaphor. Fuck. I'm trying to think of it. Like, yeah, I look like this, but I'm not like this. I don't know. The looks that I get are like, oh my god, is he mean? And
Are you mean?
No. See, that's the thing. Like I want to be sweet. I want to be soft-spoken, but I look like this. You know? And even before, like just a regular old day, I was at work and somebody walked by me and they were like, "You look scary," and they didn't know anything about my music or anything like that. So I thought that was kind of funny.
How many albums do you have?
1, 2, 3. I think this is gonna be my fourth one.
Your fourth album?
That I'm about to put out.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about that album. It's your fourth album. I saw the video of it. Very cool.
Thank you.
It's called Kill Steel, right?
Yeah.
And you produced it out in Dallas.
Uh-huh.
And Mariachi.
Dark Mariachi.
Dark Mariachi.
He shot
that for you.
Directed it. It turned out really, really good. I came up with the story, the plot of it. got everything together myself, got all the props used.
Now, I did see that you shot near Margaret Hunt Bridge. Is that what it was?
Yep. Yeah, we just went out there around 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or so.
Yeah.
And just shot it. Yeah. There's people that like reach out to me and just
Yeah.
like, I really like your style. I like your aesthetic. I like what you're doing. You know, and they say things like, you know, I live in a small town and I dress like alternatively, and you know, it's really cool to see somebody just like putting themselves out there and, you know, being out in
So
the
they're
public
supportive,
like that.
basically, right?
Yeah.
So it's not, to them, it's not like funny. They're just like, whoa,
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
going on with this guy? I want to know more.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think that you generate a lot of interest going out and people see you and they automatically assume you're a musician, or do they think anything something else?
I don't know what they think. Like, unless they come up and talk to me and ask, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'm a musician. Yeah, my grandma, she was my #1 supporter of all my music. Ever since I started doing music, she'd always support me. And, you know, even back whenever I first started doing it, and, you know, she'd buy a bunch of tickets, so it made it look like a bunch of people were buying tickets to my shows, but she would pay for it all for herself, and, you know, said, hey, bring your friends, give them out to them. And you know, she'd get all my music on CD and listen to it and be like, hey, I'm listening to your music, I'm bumping your music. And she passed away 2 years ago around this time of year. So yeah, we lost her, and she was a big part of the family, held us together. Such a wonderful person. I'm not even saying that because she's my grandma, but yeah.
What did you think about your look? That's scary.
You know what? I did it a little bit while she was around, but I wasn't doing it as much that I could talk to her. And one of the things that I regret is that one of the last Thanksgiving that we had together, she asked me about that and like, why do I do this look? And I was at the table with all my family, you know, and I kind of just shrugged it off, and I didn't want to talk about it because I kind of don't like talking about my music around my family. But yeah, I just was like, oh, you know, it's just something I came up with. But, you know, that's kind of one thing I regret, because soon after she passed away, and I think about that and I'm like, man, I wish I would have talked to her more about that.
Are there any songs that you've dedicated to her?
Actually, you know, like there is one that I would say that like I dedicated. You know, I don't write my songs about one thing, but whenever I was making this song and writing it, I did have her. I had her in mind, and it's on my new album. It's called Flutter.
Destroy me, 'cause I won't fail on my own. This is the last place I wanna be alone. Butterflies laying down me no more. And I won't be there when you go to hold your hand, rest your soul like a
get some of the most disturbing reactions. Like, it almost looks like they're in pain based off of just looking at you.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it has something to do, like, when they can't, like a blank expression, you know? Like a blank expression doesn't, say if my face was like, if I was smiling, you know, smiles tend to, you know, make somebody else smile when they look at you.
Yeah.
And since I'm not, they're just kind of like. I love the architecture in New York. That's a main thing that keeps me coming back. You know, like, I've always had like romanticized the city whenever I was a little kid, and just always wanted to move here or visit here. And I did a couple times. My grandma and my mom took me on a few trips whenever I was really young.
Yeah.
And now that, you know, I'm older and financially able to make the trips now, I come out here as much as I can.
Say what? We're not inside, we're outside. What'd you do? Thanks, Jade. Cool. Yeah, what are the words of wisdom that you'd like to leave anyone who's interested in listening to your music?
I don't know. I don't know any words of wisdom really. You know, I'm just here living this life.
Who are you voting for in 2024, bro?
No. No. I do not talk politics.
Since you don't get political, I think this is a really interesting question to ask. Which candidate for president, talking about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, would be a fan of your music?
Which one? Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Out of which ones?
Joe Biden and Donald Trump.
Oh God, which one? I don't know, man. Who knows? This I do not want in the video. But I heard that Donald Trump is a fan of Kanye West, so he likes some type of hip hop music. So maybe
you think Donald Trump would be rocking your new album right now?
Maybe he would be into it. I do not want this in the video.
Let me ask you this. Are you ever going to unmask?
Maybe if something big happens for me. But right now I'm still a little artist, just trying to get myself out there.
And yeah, the world, man, it can be a shit show. But you know, you gotta find the things in life that you enjoy and that make you happy and that keeps you going.
Damn, I feel brand new. You give it to me, I'ma give it to you. Damn, I feel brand new.